So raising a product to a power, this is video number 4. A product means that inside the parentheses you have multiplication. Okay, product means multiplication. Okay, so when we have a product inside, we're going to take the exponent for each part of that product and raise it, which means we're multiplying it times the exponent on the outside. So we're going to multiply the 1 times the n, and then we're going to multiply for the a. Then for the b, we're going to multiply the 1 times the n. So that will be a to the n, b to the n. So each part of the product, we raise it to the power on the outside. That means we multiply its exponent on the inside times the exponent on the outside. So number 8, I have 3 to the first and x to the first. So I'm going to multiply each exponent times 4. So that will be 3 to the 4th times x to the 4th. Now we need to simplify. So 3 to the 4th is 81 x to the 4th. Okay. On number 9, that 2 has an exponent of 1. So I'm multiplying the 2's exponent, which is 1, times the 4 on the outside. And I'm multiplying the x's exponent, which is a 2, times the 4 on the outside. So that's 2 to the 4th, x to the 8th. Simplify 2 to the 4th, and we get 16x to the 8th. Okay, now negative 3 on the inside has an exponent of 1. T to the 0 has an exponent of 0. So we're going to raise the power. So I'm multiplying the exponents. So negative 3, its exponent is 1 times the 4 on the outside. And notice I kept the negative 3 in parentheses. That's where it started out. It's negative. That's where I need to move it to the next part of my steps. T is 0 to the 0 power. 0 times 4 is 0. So this is 81 times 1, which is just 81. Negative 3 in parentheses to the 4th power is 81. T to the 0 is 1. So 81 times 1 is 81. Okay? All right, number 11. The exponent for the 4 is a 1. The g has an exponent of 5. Multiply both exponents times the negative 2 on the outside. So that's 4 to the negative 2, g to the negative 10. They are both to have a negative exponent. So we're going to flip them both to 1 over 4 squared, g to the 10th, which is 1 over 16 g to the 10th. So both of them moved to the denominator. Their exponents became positive, and then we simplified the 4 squared. All right, so here we are. Some little complicated problems here. I'll hide that for a minute. All right, so I won't hide. We'll count that in just a second. Okay, so here we're going to take the 2, which has an exponent of 1, and the a, which has an exponent of 3, and multiply those both by the 5 on the outside. For the next parentheses, we're taking the 3 and the a and the b, all their exponents, and multiplying it times the 3 on the outside. So we first get 2 to the 5th, a to the 15th. 1 times 5 is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. That's the first parentheses. Second parentheses, we're multiplying each exponent times 3. So that's 3 to the 3rd, a to the 3rd, b to the 6th. Okay, so we're going to first simplify 2 to the 5th and 3 to the 3rd. Do that first. You get 32, a to the 15th, parentheses, 27, a cubed, b to the 6th. Now, multiply the coefficients, 32 times 27, and add the exponents for the base a's. So we get 864, a to the 18th, b to the 6th. All right, in this one, we are raising the 6, the m, and the n to the 3rd power. And then for the next parentheses, we're raising the 5 and the m to the 2nd power. So this will be 6 to the 3rd, m to the 3rd, n to the 3rd, times 5 squared, m to the negative 6. So first simplify. So you get 216, m to the 3rd, n to the 3rd, times 25, m to the negative 6. Now we're going to multiply the coefficients, add the exponents, move the m to the 3rd to the denominator, and now we have a simplified answer. All right, last one. We're raising the 4 and the x and the y cubed to the 2nd power. and we're raising the x to the third to the negative 3 power. So that will be 4 squared, x squared, y to the 6 times x to the negative 9. So to simplify and add exponents, we get 16x squared, y to the 6, x to the negative 9. Now let's add the exponents. We get 16x to the negative 7th, y to the 6. Now move that x to the negative 7th to the denominator, and we have our simplified answer. Alright, so this is the end of video number 4. Next will be video number 5.